Hey everybody, it's your boy Dimebag. Got my live stream back, and I said, "Fuck it, I might as well just go live." So that's what I'm doing. Me and True Powers, he had me over there on special report earlier today. So we had did like a special report earlier. So I just figured I would re-air that live since I can get my live stream capabilities back, so that's pretty cool. So it's been a while since I've been able to like live stream anything, so I just figured I would just live stream that conversation from earlier, and so here we go.
Without further ado, I do have Dimebag on the line here. Hold on. It's a speaker. Dimebag, you there?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. Yeah, so Pamela Hyman, put your mind at ease. Dimebag is safe. The secret government and all that hasn't gotten to us yet. Hey, do you have any updates for Random BS? You got any programs that you've been working on, soon to be released, anything?
Yeah, I got some content. I made some content. I got a bunch of stuff that I haven't even really put out because I really haven't. It's been kind of crazy the last I would say month, 2 months. So that's why it's like huge gaps in between video releases and stuff. And then some stuff I didn't even want to put out until I was able to live stream again, so I could just stream it live instead of just putting it to video and then uploading it. Because for some reason, once they banned, blocked the live stream, it's it just took incredible amounts of time to just upload a video 4 or 5 hours. Even when I was using it, through my Wi-Fi, it still took 4 or 5 hours just to process a little 30-minute video. So it was just crazy.
So they really slowed down your
bandwidth
and all that situation.
If I wanted to do something on Facebook Live or something like that, then it would have been fine. It was just with YouTube. It wasn't it wasn't on other platforms. It was just anything I uploaded through YouTube. It just took incredible amounts of time, and and I don't have slow internet. So yeah, but all that stuff.
What platforms are you using besides YouTube to stream on Dimebag TV? What other platforms?
Well, in a couple of weeks, I'm be able to live stream on. I'm gonna go back to live streaming on Periscope too, and then I'm gonna live stream on Instagram. All three of that stuff. Whenever I do a live stream, all three of those, it'll be live streaming on all three of those platforms at the same time.
Thank you. Okay, so moving forward.
No, I've been putting some stuff together.
I sent you about James Watkins or whatever. Brother Judah Woke sent that to me, and he wants us, all three of us, to participate in a 3-part series breaking down the scientific discrimination of black folks, with James Watson claiming to be a racial realist and using scientific data, or his scientific data, to suggest that black people are intellectually unfit to handle the next coming tech era. Just like we're in the industrial era, we're moving in the tech era. And he's saying this, so I don't know if you get a chance to do that.
I don't mean to laugh, but it kind of reminds me of when Dr. Francis Wilkins was debating that one. What's that white guy's name? I gotta find. It's just funny because this the stuff they were saying.
What were they saying?
just the stuff he was saying, like how black people wasn't genetically, able to like just kind of like what you just said, stuff like that. And he was debating Dr. Francis.
Up on this, and they're running with it.
They've been using that stuff forever, man. Saying that we ain't mentally or anything capable of making proper decisions or doing just any old stuff. And we all know that's bullshit. But,
The thing about it is, though, you got to remember that if we do not get a hold of this and be proactive, there's too many young people out here that science is their religion.
That's why.
Science says to eat a shit sandwich and they'll live 50 years. They're going to eat a shit sandwich religiously. So therefore, science comes out talking some craziness, talking about melanated people are intellectually inferior, so we should not expect them, or we should not.
But that's not real science. Real science will tell you who this. It'll break all that stuff down, and they know this. They know this. This stuff's all a plan.
Is that this issue affects so many people personally, and
because they can't critically think.
I feel passionate about this topic. I truly feel like if we don't get this thing right, we're just headed for Jim Crow, Cyber Jim Crow 3.0.
We already been in there, shit. We already been in there. The only thing we short of is the Gestapo showing up to more people front doors with SS troopers than it is. That's the only difference.
I'm gonna do something right here. I just want everybody just a little taste of what I'm talking about. Just a little taste. Now, this guy isn't James Watkins, all right? This guy is like, I guess, some people who really digs what he's saying. But it's some hard
Are you talking about, is you talking about the dude that was saying that they were black people not genetically? Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, like, it's... Dude, you're not funny if you're like, Julie, I would meme. There's a guy with glasses, this guy. He's talking, on my old website.
I have to go to your live stream so I can see it. I don't even have YouTube pulled up on my computer.
And is he still on Twitter? Is he still Millennial Mad on? I don't know. I haven't seen him around for a while. I don't know what he's up to these days. I can't get it to the point. But these guys here were sitting there just going on and on about, how it's just a scientific reality. And I don't know how many views this thing has. Hold on. Let me see. It only has like 4,000 views, okay? And it was released January 1st. So
this year?
Of interest in the topic.
Was that January 1st of what, 18 or 19? January 1st of 18 or 19?
It was this year. There we go, right here. Oh, no, I don't know what this chat. No, I don't do chat. Come on, I want to get a little early access. This way you can do it. It'd be much appreciated. Today's topic, though, was James Watson. And I already did a video about this, which I didn't publish. I was editing it out. Come on, people, just get into it. We may cure cancer one day because of his work. He got into a whole bunch of trouble in 2007. Obviously, he was old. Someone asked him a question, what's your forecast about Africa? How do you see the prospects of Africa? He said, sadly, I'm not very optimistic because Africans on the whole have a lower IQ than others. And he didn't say that it's like cheap away or that he's part of the Ku Klux Klan, anything like that. He was just saying in a way that this is sad. I wish it wasn't the case. In fact, he said that. I wish this wasn't the case. I wish everyone around the world had the same average IQs, but this is not the way it is. It's not the way the data is, and it doesn't make sense. Because I think there is a reason that it can't be used in a negative way. I think the fear is the people that are good natured, that mean well. And this is legit. If we could show that there are all racial differences in IQs, let's say that Africans do have a lower IQ, then if you're an African American, you're going to have a fear of people being prejudiced against you. There is no fear about that. We already know people are prejudiced against us. This really bad to that.
This dude reminds me of William Shockley. That's who Dr. Welsing was debating. William Shockley. And he was talking about that same retardedness.
Well, we want to come out with a three-part series on this topic. My perspective is I just want to show just how dangerous this line of thought is. Now, I'm not suggesting censorship. I'm anti-censorship. Censorship never fucking works. But at the same time, I'm not pro allowing this type of garbage just to go around the corner without being checked. We got to understand now, guys, that, just listen to this fool. Listen to what he's saying. Even though you may be very smart, let's say smarter than an Asian guy or a white guy, but because your group is lower, people are going to have a prejudice against you. They're prejudging, and that's wrong to do. And guess what? I agree with that. That's the type of prejudice that I think is wrong. And one of the things that's ironic is I've been around people that, whatever,
Yeah, enough of that idiot.
I can't really even count because he's too much of an apologist. He's like, oh boy had those ideals, and I would like to go into his academic record to see if he was ahead of any type of basically unit or research group, and see how the minorities fared underneath his being a supervisor. Because I guarantee if he had these ideals at 90s, he had them at 12, he had them at 13. And think about it. If you was one of his interns and he had to write a report about you, well, due to his intellectual ability, I will have to say he will not work out. But then there's other motherfuckers over here. Oh, yeah, this guy's good to go. So we've got to look at the damage they can do because, at the end of the day, it's all about people's employability. If you're not employable, I'm sorry, guys, the society that we got coming up, people hating each other, people want to see people suffer with the food stamp crisis or whatever the hell they're calling it. If you guys will get back to skinning your own food, get back to growing your own food, get back to quilting, making covers for your family, get back to spending time with your children, a lot of this nonsense, it won't really affect you.
Because
interdependent now, globalization, and myself, I'm brushing up on Chinese. I'm betting it all on China because I think they're going to double cross Russia. They're going to see that Russia is basically let's say, the defenders of Western culture now, which is kind of odd. Hold on, which is kind of odd. So the thing about it is, we have to band together. If we do not band together, once again, don't worry about being hung together because automation will make hanging a thing of the past. We will all perish. They simply perish.
But don't you see? But don't you see it's all starting to play out. They have stripped people stuff that families were doing to survive for generations and generations. They have stripped these things, like you said, like with quilting and people knowing how to grow their own food. And if you ask the average person, do they know how to sew a button back on the shirt or something? I guarantee you, either they're going to ask you, is it an app for it? Can I watch a video on YouTube? And I never even seen anybody actually thread a needle, put thread through a needle unless I see it on the video? How many people do you actually, if you gave them a piece of thread and a needle, could thread that needle?
Well, you know, the thing about it.
And these are basic, you know, these are basic. These are like basic, like survival skills. And now some of this stuff is, if this shutdown plays out the way I feel like it actually really should, these skills are going to come to the test, and there's a lot of people that's not prepared.
Right.
It's a lot of people that's not prepared, because I also feel like if anybody out there that knows somebody or is a person that is there's a government worker and you're going to work and you're not getting paid, it's time for you to stay home. If they're going to literally shut down the government, then shut the some bitch down. You going to work just shows you are a highly skilled, trained slave, because you're willing to go to work and do your job the way we expect you to do your job and not receive the benefits you are due on that said time. So if I'm President Trump and I know that you morons are dumb enough to come to work and not get a paycheck, then I have no reason to cave on my demands. If you are a government worker, the hell with complaining and crying, shut this sumbitch down. They can squeeze you. Why can't you squeeze back? And as long as you go to work, they're going to continue to squeeze you. Stay at home. You already can't pay your bills in the first place. Sometimes you got to draw a line somewhere. You got to draw a line somewhere, or you're just going to be fucking cowards your whole entire life. This is bullshit. If you are going to work and you're not getting paid, it's time for you to stay home. Y'all need to band together. Because if you don't squeeze back, they're going to keep squeezing.
What's happened over in Europe? We're seeing let me just pull this up, the yellow vest. For those of you guys who don't know about the yellow vest movement, basically it's a response to what's going on kind of, here. Is this what you guys want? You want people out here? I'm hungry. Give me some food. Give me cheese. This is what you want. This is what you're gonna get.
Man, what's all that noise? It's a lot of noise in your background.
I don't want to do that for humanity. I don't want to see people fighting over scraps. I don't want to see people.
Hey.
If we don't bring this shit in, you got to think what I think is true. There are people out there right now working that are not getting paid, TSA folks and whatnot. Is our country safer? Ask yourself. Coast Guard mothers and fathers having to worry about not having WIC. Is that making our country safe again? No, it's not. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because when the false flag comes out, the new attack comes out, and the state of emergency is issued, it's game over. You're going to bow down, worms. Every last one of you. You think I'm joking? You think I'm playing? I'm not.
They already
bow down.
They already have bowed down. That's why they bitching, because they can't get their shit. They already bowed down. These are highly...
I'm talking about the people who are rooting for. I'm talking about the people, fuck those one-part bastards, let them starve. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody's going to have to kiss Eric Trump's, Senor Pence or Cruz. Listen.
They all bowing down. They all bowing down. It ain't even been 30 days and these motherfuckers is already bitching and complaining about their benefits.
We're trying to control this thing.
If you can't...
I'm talking about the Murdochs of the world, the Rothschilds of the world.
This shit been going on.
They don't need us no more. They don't. I mean, maybe a
No.
few sex slaves and whatnot, torture victims, but for the most part, they don't need humanity.
And motherfuckers allow that shit to happen. Motherfuckers have allowed this shit to happen. You know, when motherfuckers scream at the top of their lungs about what the fuck the government's doing and how they fucking over the people and stuff, they look at people like they say that stuff like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theory, you crazy," and now these motherfuckers are worried about not being able to eat. Now they concerned. Get the fuck out of here, motherfuckers.
Well,
you know, when you walk around with your head in the sand and not be aware of reality and what the hell's going on, now look at you.
That's the thing. People have been warning people about what's going on. We've been telling people for years. We've had information for years. And the thing is, and this is the hard reality.
And that's why.
And
that's why I'm one of the.
They just do not care.
And
I get it, guys.
And that's
go back, enjoy your little iPhones and your little iPads. That's wiping out your future generation.
And that's why I'm one of the motherfuckers that sit back like, I told you so. Now, motherfucker, deal with it. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. There's been times where I feel like sometimes you talk to a brick wall when you're trying to tell a motherfucker, this is what's going on, and at any given moment, they don't give a fuck about you, and they will strip you of every fucking thing, your whole dignity, because your livelihood is depending. You're depending on a government that has proven that they do not serve the many, they only serve the few. And you continue to let yourself be vulnerable to this entity when you get an asshole in there like Trump. When you elect stupid motherfuckers and corporate whores like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, this is what you get. This is what you get. So
Trump is what Trump is, and right now he is the president of these United States of America.
He's sitting at an advantage. He's sitting at an advantage. He's the president, and they have the majority. And they have the majority in the Senate, and we all know that Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are spineless corporate whores. They are not working in the interest of the American people. So who you think gonna win in this war of attrition? This only hurts the Democrats. It's for you motherfuckers that want to play the political thing. This only hurts the Democrats. This does not hurt Trump, because for 2 years, this is Trump's third year in office. This is the beginning of his third year. For 2 years, all we've been hearing is this Russia bullshit, and Trump is mean. He's a sexist. They never attack Trump on his actual policies. That other bullshit, he already a clown. We all know this. So when they come at this man with this bullshit, it does not stick. Because believe it or not, a lot of people that support Trump ain't stupid, like a lot of people think. They don't show you the smart motherfuckers, the ones that can truly think.
Not that people think Trump supporters are stupid. No. People know that Trump supporters are willing participants. In other words, they know that guys like David Duke are not naive to Trump's racial policies. They know guys like fucking Steve Bannon, are not ignorant to classes and racial identities. We know this.
If I knew
that mindset as a melanated person or a black person or a white person,
if I knew
that you're sort of like a Catholic priest, or you're sort of like a Catholic person going down there giving money to the priest, knowing he's raping children.
People do that all the time.
But you're guilty by default, because when, sort of like right now, when you think of World War II, all the Nazis, do you look at the German people as being innocent and Hitler was just the evil guy? No, they were all complicit in this whole plot to kill off the so-called Jews in that area at the time and others. All right? I'm not saying that Trump is a Nazi. That's far from it. I'm saying that he is.
Trump is just
a tool.
He's just a symptom.
By those who truly run things.
He's just
a man, obviously not. I mean, come on. His woman's up there in You know, taking nude pictures. You know, he's sleeping with this one and that one.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Like, you know,
Hold
oh
on.
my God, he's so holy.
Hold on.
He's not.
Hold on,
He's
but let
just
me ask you a question.
That's it.
Exactly. Just like I said, all that other buffoonery and all that stuff, he already a clown. So when they use that to attack him, it does not stick. You know, I don't give a his wife taking nude photos and any of that stuff has nothing to do with how he does his job. That's his personal life. Period. If it's not affecting him at work, I don't give a shit about how many women he slept with or any of that stuff. That if you honestly think that him sleeping or how he feels showing masculinity, because that's basically what he's doing. You know, and that's the sad part about it is there's a lot of males out here that bow down and don't want to show masculinity, don't even know how to be masculine men, and that's why a lot of this shit is going the way it's going too.
Well, you know what? A lot of shit with the men.
But back to what I was what I was saying though, if I knew Trump, what I'm saying is
you gotta understand, man.
What?
You gotta look in the mirror and be like, you know, it's not because women aren't baking cakes at home. It's not.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
They end up becoming better.
I'm not saying any of that. I'm not even talking about women. What I'm saying is. No, what I'm saying is.
Men in general, man, because I've been checking out all these little MGTOW and all these. You know, I mean. Are we saying? Hold on. You know, all you see is a bunch of cats hurting. All you see is a bunch of cats in pain. And it's like, man, and then they try to play, well, I'm out, so I'm going to make this chick do this and that. I'm like, man, just stop it. You know, you messed up. You got with the wrong chick. You know what I'm saying?
What is this? Are we talking? Are we talking about? Wait a minute.
All girls are gonna be cool.
Are we talking about Trump and the government shutdown? Or are we talking about MGTOW?
Oh, I'm just talking about it all.
But I'm saying I'm just saying though. When we was on Trump, and then you just automatically switched to like MGTOW.
Yeah, because of the alpha. Listen, Trump was appealing because he was that pseudo alpha guy. I'm gonna do what I want. I tell it like it is, which is lies. Tell us what you said to Putin in the secret meeting. If you tell it like it is, tell us what you said there. You know, you got transcripts, but it all is all interconnected. You got the fake pseudo alpha bullshit mixed in with this wishy-washy, flippity-floppity political shit, and you get this political anomaly we call Trump. That's what it is. And, you know, listen, I love America, dude. I love the ideal of the United States.
But you know what?
Freedom of property, the ideal to have fun if I want to. I do not like the way it has ever been implemented, though. I will say that I don't like the way people have been discriminated against. And I don't like that part, but I do love freedom, and I wish we had a true society where people were free based upon just being humans, not based upon some irrelevant merit that's only valid for this particular time and space. Because this thing that we're doing, it's called life. It's far more complex than just A and B. You gotta really think abstractly if you want to play the long haul.
No, we live in a society where the majority of the people are dumb as a box of rocks. It's showing already. It hasn't been 30 days since the government shut down, and people are already panicking. You know, worried about, you know, the bottom feeders. They continuously bottom feed. You know, worried, bitching, and complaining. You got people not getting paid, going to work during their job, knowing they ain't got no way to pay their bills because these people are living paycheck to paycheck, just like the capitalist system was designed for it to do, and all they do is bitch and complain. That's why, in a way, I kind of feel like people need to be woke up. And if these motherfuckers need to be starved out, then starve them out, because only until the American people come together as one and band together and willing to put some skin in the game and fight back, the suffering is only going to continue. And I have nothing but contempt for it until people are ready to fight back. And that's how I look at it. Because you have been warned, people have been beating this drum forever and a day. And it ain't even been 30 days, and these motherfuckers are already tapping out. But, you know, the elements will separate the weak from the strong.
It's not like they're coming from 100% boiling down. Most of these motherfuckers are on 5%, 7%, you know, it's about zero. And then now they're already in the negatives. Don't forget, some people was already on that second payday loan or the third title loan, whatever the case may be. This ain't the real point. Whenever the disability pensions and welfare and child support checks stop being issued through the state, that's when.
Good. All that stuff needs to come. All that stuff needs to come to a complete halt. All of it do. The whole system needs to just come to a screeching halt. That's why I said, if you're a government worker and you're going to work and you're not getting paid, why the hell are you going to work? That makes no sense. Period. That makes no sense. Because you're still holding up your end of the bargain, but the government's not holding up theirs, and you're proving that you are willing to hold up your end regardless if you get paid or not. So there's no incentive for them to pay you in a rush. You're still going to do the job, so who cares of this last 6 months? You ain't hurting us.
Brother Bishop had it right, man. And when we're talking about Trump, his personal feelings are interfering with his presidential office. You know, that's what they're saying in the chat room. And, you should be able to see it.
I don't have the chat up. But when I look at, hold on, I don't have to chat up. But when I look at that, you know, that shows me that if I knew that Trump would be working on the behalf of the American people, which I know he doesn't, he would have my vote. Just flat out. He would have my vote, but I know he's not. So in 2020, I'm just going to write my son's name in like I did in 2016. Well, no, 2016 I voted for Jill Stein, but in 2018 I wrote my son's name in the election.
I don't care anymore. You know, sometimes I vote, sometimes I don't. I'm not going to choose the worst of two evils. I'm not voting for evil.
No, because when I look back on things, it's the way I see.
Because that's just tough guy I am.
The way I look at things right now, I think the country is better off, is in a better position at this moment with Trump than it would be with Hillary.
Oh, my bad. That was Sister Bishop. My bad. Once again, Sister, you got to get me because, but you know, just bear with me because, you know, like I said, in less than, it's 10 o'clock here, less than 2 hours, we will have Rhonda Rocky Harper, you know, Black Girl Sus on. We'll be doing a segment with her today. Hopefully we'll hear from Archie. Try to contact him, you know, see what report he has coming for us as well. So, you know, there's a lot of good things. And you know, about, you know, the male-female thing, that's just all tongue-in-cheek. This show is for human beings, period. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you smell, 3D. So, you know, not saying that it's going to be cupcakes and kumbaya. It's going to probably be more like Mad Max and Starship Trooper.
I can say,
I really like that guy.
I'm going to say one thing. You know, for all the people, you know, like I don't wish any harm on nobody. If it was up to me, everybody's basic needs at a minimum would be met. I mean, it wouldn't be people working 70, 80 hours a week to make ends meet, to go by to the next check. It wouldn't be like that because I feel like that's inhumane. But I also have just literally at the point to where I'm tired of, like, and I can tell that other people are tired of, they've been saying this stuff for years, that this stuff is coming. And, you know, it's like, we need a I told you so moment. So if this is one of those moments, you know, it's going to separate the weak from the strong. And only the strong will survive. And that's how it should be. Because until we come together at this point, we can clearly see that the whole thing is only going to affect the most. We're all vulnerable. We're all vulnerable. None of us are even in the top 10%. So if you don't know,
the strong and the fit, oh man, that's great for rhetoric.
It's true. Why do you think these people are already out here complaining?
It should be the strong should really serve the weak. Yes, your strength, your muscles should be used to protect the weaker people. And the weaker people should honor the strong. Meaning you don't disrespect
them. But they don't.
Respect them all the time. And see, that's a symbiotic relationship. But right now, we want the strong. The strong wants the weak to serve them. And then they bitch because the weak can't measure up to the
I don't want the weak to I want the herd to be thinned anyway, so let the process begin. Because I feel like, I mean, how much is it going to take? Either you're going to fight back or you're just going to go to the wayside. So the ones that realize, the ones that's going to realize that they need to fight back, then they're going to do what they have to do.
Women in politics, and they actually got laws changed. They actually brought in laws.
What are you talking about?
That's how they fight. We either get on board with that mentality.
What are you talking about?
It might as well, the only thing protecting us right now are laws. It's not the common good.
Laws don't protect us.
It's just laws.
Laws don't protect us, man. They took all our rights away, man.
You take away all laws pertaining to rape and hate crimes. And you see how many people get raped and beat up out here in the streets. As long as so laws do protect them. Absolutely they do. The fear of punishment keeps most criminal activity at bay. That's a fact.
Okay.
But do I think that the government is the answer? Not this form, not this present one, no. Because what happens when you have statements in there? People who hate humans, people who love evil and dark, and they have the power to make the law. You're going to have some messed up, dark, draconian laws.
We already got that.
We have that.
We already got it. We already got it. We already got it. Look at it, man. It's just fucked. So we already got this stuff. This stuff's already, this whole system, all this stuff is already crashed, man. It already crashed. I'm not living in some, you can only get the American dream if you sleep. You only get the American dream when you sleep. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. This whole concept is some bullshit. That's why you got motherfuckers out here don't know what to do if they don't get their benefits next month. That's why the brainwashing, the dumbing down, to all this make-believe shit that people have been programmed for decades and passed down through generations. Motherfuckers don't even know how to critically think. All this shit, like I said, it go back to, like I said, it goes back to, like I said, it ain't even been 30 days. And motherfuckers just worried about their benefits. You got government workers going to work, doing a job, not getting paid when they should stay at home. It's like, come on, when do the logic and the reason kick in? When do that shit kick in? And then another thing, when do it kick in? When do the logic and reason kick in? You didn't been doing this bullshit for years and constantly doing this shit.
Drags on. It is now the longest in U.S. history. The new CBS News poll shows 7 in 10 Americans are worried about the impact on the economy. Economists say it can cost $1 to $2 billion of lost output a week. Nearly half in that poll blame the president for the shutdown, while 30% blame Democrats in Congress. Paula Reed is at the White House. Paula, good morning.
Good morning, John. The president still tells his advisors that she wants a deal before she will reopen the government. But so far, he has rejected every proposal that has been brought to him, including those from his own party. On Sunday, GOP Senator Lindsey Graham said that he urged the president.
In 10 Americans are
they're worried about the impact on the economy. Honest, they can cost $1 billion.
Well, folks, me and True Powers Mind did that earlier. Got my live stream back. So, I see I've been having some little issues with my internet. I hope the video ain't all jacked up too bad, but I just wanted to stream that live. So, if you like the content, feel free to share it, like and subscribe to Dimebag TV, and peace. And I'm out.